Hi, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Natalie and I'm going to be guiding you through yoga today. Before we begin, can I just ask you to check your environment? So make sure that there's nothing you're going to bang into, like a chair or a table. Make sure there's nothing you can trip over or fall into. So if you need to take a moment to just move anything, pause me here and we'll get started. So welcome to yoga again, and thank you very much for joining me. Today's theme is all about deep rest and relaxation. So releasing all of that tension that builds up in us without us being aware of it. So it's going to be a nice, gentle, smooth flow today. We're going to get down onto our mats and start in Savasana. And you're just going to begin by taking some big, deep breaths. As you allow all the tension and stress of your day and your week to just fade away. And nobody needs anything, and nobody wants anything. As you just take this time to honour your mind, your body, and your soul. And the theme is rest. So taking everything slowly and calmly. And if there's anything that you want to achieve today, just taking a few moments to set your own intention. And on your next inhale, just bringing your knees up into your chest, into Apanasa. So you can bring your forehead in towards your knees, or keep your head where it is, and you're going to hold that for 3 breaths. And then release your head back down. So we're going to do our ankle circles. So we have 8 one direction and 8 the other. Nice and smoothly, nice and slowly. Now we have our half leg raises. So starting on our right leg, you're going to exhale, lengthen the right leg, and on your inhale, bring it back. So just the right leg first, exhale, and inhale. Last one. Go into the other side. Exhale and inhale. 2 more. Last one. Now we have our butterfly knees, so keeping the big toe mounds and the heels together. Going to push the legs away, nice big circles like you do in the breaststroke, and then you're going to pull them towards you, so pushing away for 5. So pulling the knees towards you, out to the side and towards the end of the mat. And then we're going to come up into sitting, so you can come onto the side or rock up into sitting. So now we're going to do our wrist circles. So we have 8 in one direction and 8 in the opposite direction. So now we're going to do our shoulder rolls. So we have 8 back and 8 forward, starting nice and small and gradually getting bigger as you progress. So now what we're going to do is going to do our head circles. So you can either bring your chin to your shoulder and then the other side, or you can do the full rotation, doing them nice and slowly. We have 3 in one direction and then 3 in the opposite direction. Letting your body be your guide, nothing forced. Everything nice and slow. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come onto our hands and our knees into tabletop. So what we're going to do is we're going to do cat-cow. So nice and easy. I think we've done this before, getting all tangled up here. So you're going to arch your back like a cat hissing, and on the exhale you're going to drop the navel towards the mat and look up towards the ceiling. And we're going to do 6 of those, but I'll count. So inhale, arch the back. Exhale, dropping the navel towards your mat, look up at the ceiling. Inhale, arching. Exhale, dropping the navel. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We have 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhaling. And exhaling. And inhale to tabletop. So what we're going to do now is we're going to drop the navel towards the floor and just circle our body round, so it'll look like that. So we're going to do one direction and then the opposite direction. We've got 8 one way and 8 the other. Knees hip width apart, palms of the hands firm on the floor. So we're dropping the navel towards the mat, to the side, arching to the side, back down. Four more. Last 2. Last one, coming down to the centre and swapping directions. Four more. Last 2. Last one. And then coming into tabletop, taking 2 breaths here. So next what we're going to do is we're going to do thread the needle. So you're going to bring the arm up and then you're going to thread it round. So looks like this from the front. Your arm comes up and then you're going to bring the shoulder through the other arm, aiming to bring the other shoulder onto the floor along with the head. If you've got really tight shoulders, that's going to be difficult, so just bring it as far down as is comfortable. You can stack pillows or cushions up to just rest that shoulder, and we're going to hold that for 5 breaths, and then we're going to go to the other side. So hip, feet, knees even, hip width apart. You're going to bring your right arm up to the ceiling, and on the exhale thread it through the arms, bringing the right shoulder down to the floor, the right ear down to the floor. And if this gets too tight, you can always come out of it and go into child pose with the hips at the heels. Next inhale, coming up, right hand to the floor, left arm up, bringing it round on the exhale, bringing the left shoulder down towards the mat, the left ear towards the mat. Inhaling, bringing the hands on the mat, hips sink down, forehead to the floor. Just take in 5 breaths. The next inhale, coming up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do modified camel pose. So this is a slight back bend and helps open the chest. So you're not going to come up onto the knees and then push back. We're going to stay sat down here. So you can either sit here, you're going to bring the hands back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, or if you prefer, you can sit with the feet forward, knees bent, hands come back, and just squeezing those shoulder blades together, whichever feels more comfortable for you. So I'll give you a second to try both ways. Okay, so picking your preferred starting position. Having the fingertips pointing away. If it's too uncomfortable, you can have the fingertips pointing towards you. And then you're just going to look up towards the ceiling, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and just take 5 breaths here. Try not to let your head hang down. Next inhale, coming up. If you're in the same position I am, you're going to drop your head down into child. Knees straight, just bringing your forehead in between your knees. Next inhale, coming up. We've got that one more time. So you can either stay sat on your heels or stay like this. Hands go behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, look up at the ceiling. You can soften the pose at any time, just keeping the chest lifted, or deepen as you squeeze the shoulder blades together even more. Three more breaths. The next inhale, softening the pose, either going into child or bringing the arms around the shins, dropping the forehead between the knees, and taking 5 breaths. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just roll back into Savasana. For this, you want your legs long and your arms are going to come over your head, and what you're going to do is you're going to lengthen the legs, so you're going to tighten every muscle, pointing the toes in the legs and reaching as high as you can, so you want to feel that tension run through the length of your entire body. We're going to hold that for 5 breaths and then relax. So arms above the head. Inhale, tighten every muscle, feel all that tension. Relax. Do it one more time. Next inhale, tighten all of the muscles, feel all that tension. Reach and lengthen the body as much as you can, holding for 5 breaths, so 3 more. Exhale and release. Bring the arms down to the sides. Taking 2 breaths. So on the next inhale, bending the knees so the feet are flat on the floor. You're going to cross the left ankle across the right knee. So just the right foot's on the floor. You're going to push the left knee. You can use your hand gently or just force it with your muscles so it pushes towards the floor. Holding that for 5 breaths. On the 6th inhale, soften that knee. And then bring the right thigh towards the chest, so the foot's off the floor. Hold it with the knee bent and just pull it towards you, so you should feel this in the left hip. You're holding it here for 5 breaths. On the 6th breath, straighten the right leg so the sole points towards the ceiling. You can either keep hold behind the thigh or hold it around the calf, whichever is more comfortable for you. Two more breaths. So now what you're going to do is you're going to hold the ankle and you're going to bring it towards your right ankle, so bringing the right foot towards your head, or you can hold behind the thigh, bend the leg and just pull the right thigh towards you. So this is a bit more intense stretch, and we're holding this for 7 breaths. Next, inhale, release the leg back towards the floor. Left leg comes down. So crossing the right ankle across the left knee, left foot flat on the floor. The right leg goes down towards the foot, towards the floor. So you want to feel the tension in the right hip now. Holding for 5 breaths. On the 6th inhale, bringing the left foot off the floor and just hold it there for 5 breaths. Feeling it still in the right hip. Six, inhale, lengthening the left leg so the sole of the foot points towards the ceiling. You can either keep hold behind the thigh or grab hold of the calf. Two more breaths. Then holding the ankle as you pull the left leg towards you, or holding behind the knee and just pulling the thigh towards you, whichever is more comfortable. Two more breaths. Then releasing the left leg, allowing it to go back down onto the floor. The left leg goes long, holding the right knee into half apanasa, just holding it as close to your chest as you can. We're holding this for 5 breaths. Next, inhale, allow that leg to go down and bringing the left leg up in towards the chest, holding for 5 breaths. Then bring the right knee up into apanasa, holding 5 breaths here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to lengthen the legs so the feet point towards the ceiling and legs up the wall. You can have the knees bent or straight, whichever feels more comfortable for you. And we're going to hold this for 6 more breaths. If that gets too intense, you can just bend the knees. And then bringing the legs back down to the mat. Just taking the feet onto the outsides of your mat or just wider than hip width. You're going to bring the knees in together, so like knock-kneed. And then bring the arms over the head. And just take 8 breaths here. And then just walking your feet in, knees bent, feet together. And just drop the knees to the right and look to your left. Holding this for 6 breaths. Inhale the knees up and exhale, drop them to the left, look to the right. Inhale the knees up. Bring them back into Apanasa. You're just going to circle the knees 6 times one way and then 6 times the other. And then you're just going to rock from side to side. And then just drop the feet to the floor. You can either lie like this or lie in Savasana. And you're just going to take 8 long, deep breaths here. And as you just breathe, feel all tension, all stress begin to fade away. Just taking these few moments where absolutely nothing is required of you. Nobody needs anything or wants anything. Just allowing all of the muscles in your face to relax. Your shoulders sink back towards the floor. Your breath calm. Your body relaxes. As you inhale deeply, your exhale becomes a long sigh of contentment. Everything becomes faded, all distractions quieten down. And if your mind wanders, that's perfectly acceptable. You can bring your awareness back to the sound of my voice at any time. Just taking these few moments to relax, to be still. All of the muscles in your body calm, relaxed, nothing forced. Just being grateful for who you are and all that you do. As you feel the tension, the stress fade away with each calm and gentle breath that you take. And I'm just going to be quiet for a few moments to allow you to enjoy this peaceful time. And as you relax, you find your mind drifts to your calm inner world of safety and sanctuary. There may be colours or shapes or 3D phenomena. Don't get involved, just observe. And as you relax, a beautiful, soft, pale pink light begins to form. A candy floss pink with flecks of gold and silver. And this beautiful light represents safety, security, and unconditional love. And it just begins to flow around you like a safe, warm cocoon. And as it gently flows around you, maybe feeling it brushing against your skin, you can feel a calmness, a tranquility settling over your entire being. And this beautiful, soft, pale pink light drains all of the tension, all of the anxiety, all of the stress out from your body, from the crown of your head all the way down to the very tips of your toes. And this beautiful pale pink light, this unconditional, unending love for you, flows through your entire being, and it doesn't need to be forced anywhere or controlled. It goes exactly where it's needed the most, leaving you feeling contented and relaxed. And I'm just going to be quiet for a few moments as this beautiful pale pink candy floss colour flows all around you, infusing you with a sense of safety, security, and serenity. And this beautiful pale pink light stays with you long after you finish this recording today. And every time you see the colour pink, you're reminded of this beautiful, soft pink light, this unconditional, unending love for you. As you just allow the lightness of the day to slowly filter in behind your eyelids, as you become aware of the sound of my voice and your calm, gentle breaths, aware of your body where it relaxes on your mat, and the sounds in and around the room. And on your next inhale, just wiggling your fingers and your toes as you allow your body to gently wake up and have a nice long stretch as if waking from a beautiful nap. Taking a few moments to gently and kindly reorientate into your mind, your body in the room. And as you just lie there relaxing, I'll just tell you the words of wisdom today. So, they are: life is amazing, and then it's awful, and then it's amazing again. And in between the amazing and the awful, it's ordinary, routine, and mundane. So inhale the amazing, hold on through the awful, and exhale and relax through the ordinary. And that's life. Heartbreaking, soul-searching, amazingly ordinary life, and it's breathtakingly beautiful. So thank you very much for joining me, and namaste.